Assalamu alaikum and welcome back once again to Today in African History with Baba Shaka. I'm Baba Shaka and today is March 21st, 2021. We are in the home stretch, so to speak, of Women's History Month. This month we have been examining the achievements and contributions of the women in our history. We have looked at quite a number of women who have made their mark on our past and who have existed in our past. But we must keep in mind that history is being made every day, and there are people, men and women, who have contributed, are still contributing to our history, and are still with us today. One such person is Mrs. Lois Jean Barron White. Lois Jean Barron White, the first African president of the National Parent Teacher Association, was born in Nashville, Tennessee on March 21st, 1938. So today is actually her birthday. Happy birthday, Mrs. White. She was raised by her grandmother, Rosa Barron, as her own mother lived away in Massachusetts. Mrs. White's grandmother taught her the value of taking responsibility for her life and focus on doing, quote unquote, the right thing. These life lessons resonated with Mrs. White and helped to shape her professional decisions later in life. Mrs. White became interested in music as a child and initially studied piano before switching to the flute. She was naturally very talented and was considered by some a child prodigy. When the Nashville Youth Orchestra rejected her because of her race, the New York Herald Tribune reported the story and arranged for her to play with the New York City Youth Orchestra. Mrs. White earned a BA in music at Fisk University, an HBCU or historically black college or university in Nashville, Tennessee in 1960, and received further training at Indiana University. She then taught music at Miles College in Birmingham, Alabama, another HBCU, from 1960 to 1962, and while there met her future husband, George White. In 1963, she became a member of the Community Orchestra of Atlanta, and 4 years later, in 1967, Mrs. White and her family moved to Knoxville, Tennessee, where she joined the Oak Ridge Symphony Orchestra, serving primarily as a principal flautist. She retired in 1991 after 24 years with the orchestra. Mrs. White initially became involved with the Parent Teacher Association in Knoxville for the benefit of her son. Recognizing the importance of both volunteer work and the central role of parents in their children's education development, she joined the Knoxville PTA and eventually was voted a representative to the PTA Council, which served as a link between the local and state chapters. She was soon thereafter asked to serve as cultural arts chairperson for the Tennessee PTA after her council's exhibit attracted considerable attention at the Tennessee State PTA Convention in Tennessee in 1981. She was later asked to collaborate with other state chairs on similar projects for the next national convention. Now, in 1989, Mrs. White became the first African elected Tennessee State PTA president. And 6 years later, in 1995, she was elected president of the national PTA. As president, she led nearly 6.5 million parents, teachers, school administrators, and other children's advocates in teaching parenting skills, supporting public education, and advocating for legislation at the national level that would positively affect children's lives. Mrs. White worked to address the problems of urban families, a population previously neglected by PTA efforts. Under her leadership, the PTA developed programs that encourage inner city children to stay and succeed in school. She also led the effort to bring the PTA to inner city neighborhoods in New York City, Boston, Philadelphia, and other major cities where the organization had not previously existed. Lois Jean Barron White has shown us that a simple act, like getting involved in our children's lives, could afford us the opportunity to positively impact the lives of many others. So, on this date, March 21st, we want to wish Mrs. Lois Jean Barron White a happy birthday and thank you very much for your efforts and your contributions. All right. To you, our supporters and subscribers, again, We cannot thank you enough for your continued support. To those of you who have not yet subscribed to this channel, we implore you to hit that subscribe button and join us in this journey of producing these daily lessons. Go ahead, just hit that button. It's easy. Bing, there it is. Please like and comment, but most importantly, please share, especially with the young amongst us. So, until tomorrow, inshallah, this is Baba Shaka with Today in African History. Masalam.
Oh.